What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Forever Stranded Lost Souls. Oh yeah, guys. So I'm mining up just a little bit more obsidian while we're over here. Yeah, mining up just a little bit extra. What I want to do today is look at upgrading our pickaxe to a cobalt level pickaxe. Right, so that will allow us to mine ardite and cobalt, and then we can use those materials to make manulin or make tools directly out of them, or just get those blocks out of our way for when we are building and doing things. But yeah, in order for us to mine those stuff, we needed to have ourselves, oh boy, this is still loud. We need to have ourselves cobalt level mining. So I can mine this, but it says that my pickaxe is not cobalt, and that block will just disappear. So what we need to do is first of all put in a piece of gold or chunk in here to get two molten gold. We can use one of our netherrack sharpening kits here, and we can place that there. And then we are going to melt down, I think, 2 of those. So one of them should be able to go onto our pickaxe, and the other one should go onto our hammer. Both of those need the higher tier mining. It is true, though, that we can take the obsidian and put it directly into the table downstairs, but it costs twice as much, and since we don't have unlimited everything, we're going to be a little bit frugal with that. So yeah, let's go ahead and pour out the 2 ingots of gold onto this thing here, and that should make ourselves a mold for that. Yeah, we never made one of those yet. Okay, so there we go. There is our mold. We've casted that out. Yeah, we're waiting on the obsidian to melt down. That should give us 4 ingots total. And it does cost 2 ingots per one of these things, or 288 millibuckets of molten obsidian. So yeah, we can see, where is it? This one. Yeah, 1 obsidian turns into 288. So 1 obsidian per sharpening kit if you take the time to melt it down in the smeltery and then cast it out. Otherwise, I think it does cost 2 full obsidian blocks to make one in the tool forge or whichever tool station. Why? Is it the torches that do that? There's something that keeps like setting me on fire, and I still have not figured it out yet. It's driving me crazy. All right, so if we pour that into here, why am I on fire? There's nothing here. Yeah, so 1 block according to the smeltery. All right, so here we go. 1 obsidian sharpening kit, and I'll grab another one here. I don't believe changing the mining level on a pick or the hammer, I don't think that costs a modifier. I don't think these cost modifiers to do that, so that's good. All right, so in order to change the mining level, we do have to get ourselves, I believe, flint. 1 flint per. So 2 total flint. And then we have to take it over onto our tool forge. Over here. Okay, so we want to put in our pickaxe, plus a obsidian sharpening kit, plus 1 piece of flint. Right, and that'll change our mining level to cobalt. I don't think that changes anything else. It does show that we get fortified obsidian. Mining level increased to the same level as obsidian. Oh, okay. So that's what that is. I was thinking that might have been like an unbreaking or something. All right, so this will give us the ability to mine cobalt. Awesome. We'll do the same thing to our hammer here. Get that one and this one. And that brings us up to a cobalt level as well. Again, not using any modifiers for this. So now we should be able to take this thing and mine everything with it, I think. I believe we weren't able to mine gold with this thing because we needed like a higher level. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's see if we can mine this thing. This should be able to be mineable. It shows a check mark on there. Okay, very good, very good. Get ourselves a little bit of this ardite. Nice. Okay, so now we can move this thing to a better spot instead of being all weird looking. Right there, and then I'll make a piece of netherrack. And boop, right in there. Cool. All right, so now that looks a little bit better. What sets me on fire? There's got to be something. There really is. I feel like I'm missing something that's doing it, but I don't know. Anyway, we should be able to vein mine this. There it goes. Cool. There's 2 of those, and then I can't quite reach that up there. I'll have to make a little staircase or something to get it. Like this, like this. Got it. All right, very good. Awesome. So now that we have cobalt level mining, we should be able to mine everything in the nether, as far as I know, without any further problems, which is going to be good. So digging out rooms like this, I won't have to worry about there's certain ores in the way or whatever. Yeah, I think we're going to be looking pretty good on that. Alright guys, so one of the things that I'd like to do is I would like to start digging out our area upstairs where our better with mod stuff is. We have kind of a narrow walkway, we have a hammer now, and we have a pickaxe that are both able to mine everything that we want. So yeah, the other thing is our inventory keeps filling up with different things, and I would like to try and fix that. So in this mod pack, we have dank knolls. These are, what mod is that? I guess that's from Dank Knoll. I believe that's Passwords mod who does this, the wireless AE crafting terminal, same person. So I was looking at the different recipes. So to make the first one, we need a redstone, well, we need 5 redstone Dank Knoll panels. So that requires redstone and red stained glass and blocks of coal per panel. So I was looking at if we wanted to upgrade that, what does that cost? So it does require the first one plus the 4 of the lapis ones, or we can just make the lapis directly. So that I was looking, and then we can make the iron one directly, we can make the gold one directly, and we can make the diamond one directly. So this is probably where we want to start off here. So each one of these you done? So each one of these does require 4 diamonds per. So yeah, that's gonna cost us 20 diamonds plus 5 cyan stained glass panes, which I think we can handle, and then some coal blocks. But this is going to allow us to hold many different items that we're mining in one block in our inventory. I really feel like that's a thing that we're gonna want to do here, and then later we can upgrade this to the emerald one. And then there's the creative one, which looks like there is a recipe in this mod pack with extreme crafting that we might make at some point. Anyway, so yeah, let's get back to this one. So we want to get like 20 diamonds, 20 blocks of coal. Why are you making so much sound? Must be running into like one of those thorn vine things or something. I don't know. That's crazy though. Gas are so loud. All right, so there's 20 of that. We're going to need some glass because we need to make the glass panes. So 6 pieces of glass need to be smelted. Not diamonds, glass. All right, so that's being smelted down. And then we need the same amount of coal blocks as we do diamonds. So over here we have 20 diamonds. Great. All right, so that is all done. So while we're waiting on this to smelt down, I did notice that a little bit ago under extra additions, I did complete this quest here, the wooden spikes. I put wooden spikes in our mob farm trying to get the monsters down to 1 HP so I could attack them. And it turns out this really isn't a great way to level up our shuriken. That's what I was trying to level up when we were doing that. Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like if you one-shot kill monsters that already have a heart, it doesn't really give you any XP. So I was kind of wasting my time doing that. But we did complete that quest, so we should be able to claim this. And that does give us a loot chest. So we'll go and claim that one. We did make the golden spikes before, but this also requires us to have stone spikes first. So we might go ahead and make those just to get past the quest. So that's going to give us speed 2 potions, regeneration 3 potions, okay, and absorption 3 potions. Now none of those last a really long time. Oh, I guess we've already gotten those before. So definitely not a unique reward. So stone spikes. Let's take a look at this one real quick. So that is 3 stone swords, some cobblestone, and a compressed cobble. Well, you know what? We have all of that stuff. We just need, I guess, 3 sticks real quick, and then we can make these spikes. No big deal. All right, that, 3 of those, and this. Now, I don't know if we're going to get credit for the gold spikes we already did previously or not. So let's claim this. Oh, yeah, we got credit for those. Great. That was one of the things about better questing a long time ago that was really stinky. Like, if you completed a quest before the previous quest that unlocked it was done, you wouldn't get credit, and you'd have to do it over again. Thankfully, that's not the case. Okay, so we have these done, and we get 2 more loot chests. Let's pop these. Same potions, it looks like. Speed, regeneration, absorption. And we get ourselves 2 chests. Great. Okay, so nothing really fantastic for those. But I guess those quests really aren't difficult to do. So that also unlocked the diamond spike. Now I was kind of considering making these diamond spikes because these do give you player drops, right? So player drops would include things like molten cores, where you can put a molten core into here and get magma creams if you wanted to, or 2 of them together to get blaze rods. So things like that might be very, very useful. There's other player drops. We get like zombie heads and I think armor and I guess these rib bones and other such things. So it might be worthwhile of doing that. Although there's also the mob masher that we could make and upgrade our mob farm to, which we probably should. We probably should. But anyway, let's get back to this. So we want to make Dink Null. We want to make the diamond one. And that requires us to have a cyan stained glass. You know what? I probably should have looked at what it takes for us to make cyan dye at this point. So we have Botania, Gendustry, Minecraft. Oops, we don't want to do that. We want to see the Minecraft one. So that is green dye plus lapis. Now, do we have any green dye? Looks like ferns will turn into green dye. Is there another way for us to make this? I feel like we had a way to make green dye through better with mods. So there's a cactus turns into there. Oh yeah, milling the leaves. We should already have green dye somewhere around here then, shouldn't we? I believe. Maybe we put it back over here, or maybe I threw them away. I don't remember. Okay, well, if we can take leaves and just put it through the millstone, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll get green dye that way. Some leaves, and then what else was it? It was just lapis, I believe, right? Green dye plus lapis. And we have a lapis here. Perfect. We only need... Yeah, we only need one dye because one dye... Oh, wait, no. It's 6 glass to make glass panes, but we do need a total of 8 glass in order to dye them, right? So we need 2 more glass. Okay, so we'll get that cooking up. We'll come over here into our millstone. Which one? This one? Okay. And one of those recipes there. Yeah, I don't know what I did with the dye. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I could look for it, but I feel like it's just gonna be faster just to make some new stuff. Okay, so that should be done. It'll probably be right here. This. There's our cyan. Turn those things off. And actually, let's just get out of here. It's too noisy. We also need to get our glass so we can get the stain stuff. All right, so there's that. One of those, one of these. So there's that. Our stained glass. Cool. So now we should be able to make 5 of these guys. Perfect. And finally, this guy. All right, so all of that work for this. So shift right click it. You can see there's a large inventory here. Now each of these inventory slots, I don't remember how much it is. They'll hold many stacks. I think the top end one, this MK4, holds like a deep storage unit worth of stuff per slot. I might be completely wrong on that, but this will hold many stacks. So like we put cobblestone in there, for instance, and I get a whole bunch of cobblestone out of here, and we look in our dank null, you can see there's, well, let me go ahead and remove them from my inventory. They pick up without making a sound. I'll do this actually. And they should all go into that one slot. You can place the blocks there. But yeah, let's look in here. So you can see we have a 1,526 cobblestone in this one spot. So things like the netherrack, shards and stuff when we mine, this is going to be really helpful. And you can also shift click out of here if you want to. And then, yeah, you can select different spots if you want to place different items. I don't know how you do that though. Maybe it only selects blocks that can be placed. Not sure. There's also a docking station for this thing. Eventually, you're not going to want to take every item out and put it into your system. So there's a docking station where you can put like an applied energetic storage bus on there and see everything that's in this. So this is going to be really useful. So first things first, I do want to go upstairs to our better with mods area. And I want to do a little bit of digging out, but I didn't want to like really rush it. We don't have blocks to pillar up on yet, do we? Guess I should go grab like a stack of netherrack or 2 so we have such things to pillar up on. And I guess we also will need slabs. When we go down to the ground, we don't want mobs to spawn. So let's grab 6 stacks. That should be good. I really don't know how much I'm going to dig out, but I want to dig out some so we have more room. That's probably going to be really fine here. Okay, so now, coming back up here, we can pillar. Maybe we can pillar, maybe we can't. Whoop, there we go. All right, so yeah, that'll get me up here, pillar up here. And then we can use our hammer finally and get some use out of this thing. All right. Yeah, I'll just kind of work my way up here so I can get up to where I want to be. Awesome. So now we can go back into the dank knoll and just place that there and shift click those. In fact, all of these different blocks that I want on me, we can keep in there too, and I don't have to fill up my inventory full of them. Same thing with the nether rack. And then we should be able to select these somehow. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. So right click, shift right click. Extraction mode, extract all but 16. Okay, well, I'll figure out how to do this. Maybe you gotta like shift scroll it or something. Oh, that's how you do it, shift scroll. Okay, so we can select whatever item we want and then we can place it with this thing. Maybe? Maybe it doesn't like slabs? Okay, I guess it doesn't like slabs. Anyway, you guys get the picture. So I'm gonna go ahead and start digging this out and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I've been at this for a little while now. Yep, so we have a lot of space now dug out. It doesn't feel as claustrophobic, but this is the way things were laid out, and this is how much more room we have. So I'm really kind of thinking that all of this better with mod stuff would look way better if like all of these blocks were kind of like just sticking above the ground right here and all the axles and things were below the surface, right? I would like to move this windmill. Yeah, I would like to move that thing so it's up against this wall out of the way, maybe like in this corner or something, so it's taking up this space. We can have the drive lines go underground here and then come forward and then up. And then what I'd really like to do is have each one of these machines have its own gearbox, like have all these gearboxes powered by the windmill, and then each one of these have their own gearbox so I can turn each individual thing on and off to turn off the noise pollution, right? So I kind of think that's what I'd like to do. The problem is, if we're going to do that, we need a lot more axles, and we're going to need a lot more gearboxes. Now, I think the axles are probably the worst part of doing this because the axles do require us to have all of the hemp. So I was kind of looking at different ways of getting hemp. So we need the hemp or the industrial hemp fiber from Immersive Engineering. Immersive Engineering's hemp is pretty okay if we can get it, but I was looking at this, it doesn't show. If we look at hemp here, we need these. Actually, you know what? I think we have gotten some of these now that I think about it. I was almost wondering if we could grow the Better with Mods hemp in such a way that would be pretty easy. And I would remember that Immersive Engineering does have the garden cloche. C-L-O-C-H-E. Yeah, this. So garden cloche, for those of you who haven't seen this before, this is newer in 1.10. I don't think this was in all the mods expert. I think we were using an older version of Immersive Engineering in that pack, or this item was removed. I don't know. But this item will take one growable material like dirt or sand and one seed, like, you know, wheat seeds or sugarcane or whatever you want to grow in there. So one growable item and one block that it grows on. You give it power and water, and then it produces that item over and over again. So I was thinking this would be a good way for us to grow hemp for making more axles and rope and all of this kind of stuff. Now I was looking at the different requirements for all of this. Now none of this is like super expensive. Like copper wires we can't do just yet, but we can make the copper plates, I think. If we look at the Immersive Engineering version, yeah, the hammer plus copper ingot makes the plate, and then the plate plus shears will make the copper wire, and then two of those in this engineer's workbench make the vacuum tubes. And then we need stained glass, or I guess any kind of glass is going to work. Treated wood, which we already have in the mechanical component iron. We've already made iron plates before, and more copper. So none of that's really expensive, but we don't have a way to produce RF yet. Now that's the one thing. And also it does require water, so we don't have a way of producing infinite water. But anyway, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. I really think the next thing we should work on is getting steel done. We just got done making a whole lot of the Soul Forge steel ingot, which is not the same thing. This is specific to Better with Mods, and we were trying to make a whole lot of this stuff so we could make the reinforced gearbox. We needed something like 45 of these. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna hold off on doing that for a little bit, probably until we get all this stuff moved the way I want to. And before we can get that stuff moved, we're gonna need more axles, which means we need more hemp. Let's start off with the blast brick. Let's go this direction. We were trying to do this before, and then we got stuck because we needed to make the nether sludge stuff, or I can't remember what that's called. Anyway, let's take a look at this. So blast brick. This stuff does require us to have nether brick, right? That's what we were getting caught up on. So nether brick we can get from the nether sludge, which is from Better with Mods. That smelts into that. I think that's the only way for us at this point in time to get the nether brick itself. Obviously later on when we get a pulverizer, we can pulverize this, but I don't think or a fluid transposer, I don't think there's a way currently for us to do it other than this nether sludge. Now this is gotten from Hellfire Dust, which we have collected a number of since we've been doing the souls, the ground netherrack into the filtered hopper with the urn underneath, turning it into the sulfur urn. What is it called? These things called soul urn. I made a bunch more of these things because I got tired of waiting to fill those up, and it's slowing down because it was waiting on me and etc. Anyway, so now that we have the stuff to make this, the nether sludge, the hellfire dust, we need to make the potash, right? So this is made simply by putting logs in a stoked cauldron. Okay, so right now we don't have the cauldron, we have the crucible. Let's get rid of this. Just break that off there. And then I think I put the cauldron over here in this chest. We'll do the old switcheroo here. So that for this one, cool. And then I just place this directly under this block. Again, if we want this to be the kiln, we replace this block with air and we put it down here. And then otherwise we do the cauldron with a crucible, and then we can stoke it or unstoke it based on this lever back here, right? Okay, so now we need to put wood in there, and we need the wood to turn into potash. Now I'm not sure how much of the potash we need. I going to assume we'll just do a stack, and that should be good, because it seemed like the potash plus the other thing made, let's see, it was like 1 stack, or I'm sorry, 8 of the nether stuff going back here, another sludge, 4 hellfire, 1 potash, 8 of this stuff, right? So I think a stack of potash is probably going to be more than enough. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. So we'll put a full stack into this thing here. Now, I don't remember if that said it had to be stoked or unstoked. I know I put in something else in the cauldron the other day. I think I was trying to make the tan leather, and I had it stoked. And if you stoke the cauldron trying to make tan leather, you end up with glue. So you got to be careful on these recipes here. So I'll do this one more time. Just take a look at this recipe. And it is just a regular cauldron unstoked. So let's turn on our hibachis down here. Cool. And nothing is happening. Why not? Why nothing happened? Let's take a look at this. Nether sludge. Is it because there's a full stack? Does that have to be one at a time? That doesn't appear to be doing anything, does it? Potash. So some kind of wood. Stoked cauldron. Ah. So this is stoked. Got it. That's why it's not doing anything. So let's go ahead and put it back in there. Oh, we have to turn this on as well. Oh yeah, and I also removed our redstone clock. That's very important for us to have that there. And then that. Okay, there we go. Stoked cauldron, there we go. So with 9 hibachis and a 3x3, this cauldron goes quite quick, right? I mean, a lot quicker than it used to go. Yeah, that's gonna be just fine. So we'll wait for a bunch of these to happen, and then I will combine it in a unstoked cauldron with the hellfire dust to get our sludge. We'll smelt that down into the nether brick, and then we should be able to start making our blast brick. So it looks like about 16 potash is all we really need. So I put the rest of the wood downstairs. I did forget to mention though, as I was digging this all out, I was collecting a lot of levels, right? So I started putting that into our building. We got up to building 39. Now that seems a little high compared to everything else. Now the reason why we did that is because we have that unbreaking wand, unbreakable wand, this. And that requires 39 buildings. So we are now able to use this. Remember that nether star we kind of wasted a couple episodes ago? Yeah, we can use it now. So that's really good. So pretty happy about that. So that is one of the things. And then also our Danknull Mark V. Apparently this holds 3,200 items per slot. Yeah, and then anything after that gets voided out. Okay, just so you guys are aware that it doesn't like fill up the next one and then the next one and the next one. This fills up this slot and then it voids it out. So really good for mining like cobblestone, or in this case netherrack rock. So every once in a while I was pulling out like 4 stacks of this and then crafting them like so, and then throwing it back on the ground, and then my dank Noah would pick it back up for me, right? And then we'd have more netherrack and we'd have more space for this. But I don't really know how much netherrack we need. Anyway, I also put on our hammer here, I put on 1 piece of lapis, and as I was mining, you get a random chance that the lapis will increase, right? So as I was mining, we got up to looting 1, and then we got up to looting 2. We're probably about halfway through our looting 2 to looting 3. I'm sorry, fortune. Well, either way, fortune and looting are the same thing on the hammer. So we're probably halfway to fortune 3 on this thing, which is great. That's what we wanted, and that costs 1 modifier. We did gain, I think, 2 modifiers. Let's see. Yeah, we got comfortable and then a custom to the weight of the hammer. So yeah, we gained 2 levels, and then as I was mining over here, I guess a piece of netherrack went into the portal, which I assume loaded the overworld and rendered all the chunks because the game froze and it had a huge rubber band and I got sent back as I was mining. But yeah, we weren't able to go through the nether. I was hoping that maybe an item going through there would allow us to go through there, but no, that doesn't work. Anyway, we got a decent amount of gold from the different gold ore and a lot of iron, which is great because we were running out. A lot of our iron has gone into making the soul forged steel. Yeah, and then we only had a couple of ingots left over downstairs. I was getting kind of worried what we were going to do with that. We get this benotite stuff and then some redstone and a few bits of coal as well. So yeah, a decent amount of stuff here. But yeah, we're pretty much at the point now where I'm waiting on this stuff to finish up. Now we need to put this back into the cauldron, unstoked with that 8 and 32. And there we go. Yeah, well, this takes a minute to cook. Then we got to smelt it. We'll be back, guys. All right, guys, so we're finishing up here, smelting down some clay into brick. I upgraded our iron furnace. Yeah, I've found out that there are some more upgrades to this. You can wrap the iron furnace with gold to turn into a gold furnace, and then wrap the gold furnace with diamonds to turn into the diamond furnace. And this thing, I think, is a lot more efficient. It's a lot faster, and it has a lot more inventory slots and completed slots. So yeah, we can get a lot more stuff done. Like if we look at the more furnaces mod here, if we look at the uses for the iron furnace, we can see that that will turn into a silver furnace, an obsidian furnace, a gold furnace, and eventually a draconic evolution generator. Interesting. So I was looking at the obsidian furnace and the silver furnace thinking there was maybe a different line to get to the diamond furnace, but I'm not seeing anything else. Like the silver furnace has no uses, the obsidian furnace has no uses. So I don't know how unique they are or why you would want to do that path. But anyway, we went to the gold furnace and then to the diamond furnace, and there's no further paths for the diamond furnace at this time. Okay, so now we have 2 stacks of nether brick and regular brick. That is more than what we need. But yeah, it's going to get the job done. So I'm just making a little bit more clay here. So we have that for the future. I was doing a stack of dust is how much I was going for here. So we got a little bit more leaves and some more dust to take care of. But anyway, we need to make the blast brick. So let's do that. Blast brick. Right, and we need 27 of these things. So that should be 9 times 3 is 27. So I'll just go ahead and click each one just to make sure it registers in the quest book. Maybe. Do we need something else in order for this to complete? I thought we just needed the 27 blast brick. Says that's complete. 1 out of 2 crafting task. So now we need to get ourselves a steel ingot. For making steel and starting off with mid-game, you're going to need a multi-block blast furnace, right? So we should have everything ready to go here. So now we just need to make a spot upstairs for this thing. We have our coke oven up here. We could put our blast furnace right there in the wall. I don't know. Maybe we can do that. We just need to dig this thing 3 wide. In fact, I should probably just use the hammer and make this a lot easier on ourselves. There it is. Cool. All right, so now we should just be able to fill this in down here. Before, our coke oven up there seemed a little weird. It's kind of like floating because that used to be the floor. Then we lowered it down. But I guess now it'll be okay if this multi-block forms. Yeah, it looks like it does. Goal reached. Really hot topic. Cool. Okay, So now that we got that done, we should be able to put iron into this with coal coke, I think. I'll put coal coke in here to start off with. Let's take a look at this. Immersive steel. This should show us a blast furnace recipe. So it doesn't say what the fuel is, it just says iron turns into steel. Okay, well, I turned all those iron nuggets that we had. Oop, frames. I don't know why it does that when I come down here every now and then. I turned all those iron ingots that we had, or I'm sorry, iron nuggets into ingots. So now we got quite a lot of this stuff. I guess I'll look at doing 16 ingots as the amount that we will cook up, but we only need 1 steel in order to complete the quest. So we put that in there. Does things happen? Okay. We can see the percentage up here a little bit faster than what this thing's doing. So yeah, that's going to take just a little bit of time, about a minute per ingot. Let's wait for the first one to happen. We'll complete the quest and we'll be right back. And just like that, it's finished. And we get ourselves a little bit of slag. So the steel ingot, there it is. The upgrade advancement made. Quest complete, steel. Okay, so let's take a look at this. That's going to give us 1 loot chest. We got 1 steel. Let's claim it. Done. Did that unlock stuff? Constantan shows up. I think we already had some of these available. But yeah, getting into this stuff, this is going to be really good. I'm going to have to figure out where, though, we're going to get power from. Now, this is talking about kinetic energy, which should allow us to make water wheels. But yeah, water, nether, not really going to help us out much. There's also the windmill, I think. I've never used that before from Immersive Engineering. Maybe that's what we're going to end up having to do. We'll have to look at that a little bit in the future. There it is. There's our cloche. That's what I wanted. So yeah, so after we get the workbench done, that'll unlock the cloche. But we're still going to have to figure out power. That's going to be for another day, I think. So pop this. We get ourselves a satchel, a basic one. So the satchel holds 1 whole line of extra items. It's not very good, is it? Stores and collects items can be secured. Use on an inventory while sneaking to transfer into it. Use while sneaking to configure. Well, let's configure it. Satchel. So we have blacklist, whitelist, ignore. Okay, so maybe this is a little bit better than I gave it credit for originally. And I'm sure we can upgrade this to the hardened, the reinforced, etc. Right? So maybe it's okay, but in its current state, meh. It's not that great. Guys, we're going to wrap the episode up here for today. Finally got ourselves steel. We're well on our way to getting pretty far. Well, I guess I'm ready to dig into the mid-game into this pack anyway. I want to get power going. I would like to see if we can get out of the nether sometime. We got lots of open room now. We definitely want to look at getting that close so we can make more hemp, to make more axles, to make this look a little bit better. Yeah. Definitely something I'm looking forward to. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.